Originally, the plan was to go to med school. I got in and decided I didn't want to go. Originally, the plan was to go to med school. I got in and decided I didn't want to go. Worked all 4 years, super hard classes, late nights. It was, to be honest, awful and miserable. Told my parents I didn't want to go, and they're spazzed out, and they were like, "What are you gonna do?" They don't know too much about social media, so for them, it's kind of like a foreign concept. Like, how can I make money off of doing this? So I, to be honest, hate coffee and hate espresso martinis. Besides one place in New York, and I was like, I'm gonna create my own espresso martini and find a coffee that I like. So I'm partnering with Onyx for my drink and Tipsy Bean. They're the number two, I think, coffee company in the world, and number one in Northwest Arkansas. Their coffee is great. They have all these different types of beans, and then I'm gonna use that in my drink. And then I figured out my own recipe with certain syrups I like from Pink House Alchemy to kind of create it. And I've had already two big events in Fayetteville and Bentonville, and we've had over 500 people come to each. And so a lot of investors, a lot of people looking to carry my drink. So that's kind of how it all became about.
If you're an athlete listening and you got an idea for your own business, what advice would you give athletes who have their own itching idea about getting started while they're balancing their student athletic journey? Because you were still playing tennis while you were starting this. So
I was, yeah. It was definitely harder when I was an athlete to start it just because of the alcohol space, but I think, like, you have all the resources at your school to make everything happen. Like, they wanna see you succeed. They're gonna help you get the funding. They're gonna help you go to pitch competitions to receive that funding, and they have so many hands that can help you, like, do what you wanna do. And so if I could have started it earlier, I would've. That's just not something I thought about. But I would say definitely, like, just start, like, and just keep moving. Like, you may seem stuck, but, just, like, put one foot in front of the other, and soon you're gonna be there.
what do you think the most challenging thing you've experienced as a Division I athlete was?
I think balancing it all. I don't regret having so many things on my plate. I was on the exec board of Alpha Phi, so I helped start a sorority at the Arkansas. I was on SAC. I was one of the exec on SAC. I just had a lot of things on my plate, and I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is weird." Like, most people don't do this when they're in a sport, and they just think how to go like pro and what they want to do. I knew I wasn't gonna go pro, so I was like, I kinda need to make the most of my opportunities here. So yes, I didn't play as much, but I don't regret that at all because of where I am now.
And as you kind of go into your next chapter as an entrepreneur, what do you think you'll take from your experience as a student athlete that'll help you the most?
I think just, like, the hard work, the discipline, and, like, if you wanna get something, you have to go out there and get it, and I that's kind of what I live by. Like, nothing is too crazy. Like, the worst thing someone can say is no, and that's kind of what I take with myself every day, and that's why I've been so successful. And I think without those, like, lessons and things that I've learned along the way, it wouldn't be the same.
There's a national story. Arkansas shuts down the tennis program, then brings the tennis program back. You were on the team. A lot of teammates were going through it. Just talk me through what that experience was like. That had to be crazy.
I think it was a major shock to everyone. Like, everyone was planning, next year, the tournaments that were gonna be happening, the PTTs that we were gonna be hosting, recruiting players. Like, we already had recruitments that signed for the next coming years. And it was kinda just a shock. It was really crazy and sad, but we have a big, big community for tennis here, and I don't even think I realized how big it was until, like, all the events happened and everyone got together and raised all this money, and they brought back the program, which I also was shocked. I was like, "That this is crazy, like, this is insane." But I'm really happy they did. Like, we have a great facility and a great alumni program, and a lot of our alumni are just absolutely amazing people. They own all these businesses in Bentonville, and they can help in, like, whatever way, like, we needed to have, the funds to do what we wanted to do, especially on the men's and women's side. And so it was just kind of a crazy shock to everyone, and I think everyone was just kind of stunned for a while.
What was it like? Just take me back to the day where you see this announcement. Well, even though
Yeah.
you weren't going to play anymore, what did it feel like to you knowing that this thing that you've put so much work into and that made such a big impact in your life was no longer going to exist for the next generation for a period of time.
I was actually in real estate class when it happened, and my coach was like, "Hey, we need to have a meeting." And I had already graduated at this point, so I was kind of like, "Okay, like, I'm in my real estate class, I can't come, but, like, let me know." And then I find this news article, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, they are tearing down the programs." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, this is crazy." Like, everyone's put, like, so much hard work, and, like, people have made All-Americans and records that their names are on the banners, and, like, there's a girl on my team, like, she made the banner, and I think all of that, they were just, like, really sad to see gone. But it was also just sad because I think, we've worked really hard in the last 4 years. Like, yes, we may not have the results we've wanted, but I know in the next couple of years, Tucker is gonna do really amazing, and the girls are too, because we have really strong recruits coming in. So I just know it's, like, just 1 more year and, like, we'll be at the top team.
Just talk about how, in this context, how Arkansas tennis changed your life. I think it's important for people to understand why this is a worthwhile thing to keep going.
I'd say I'm a pretty good example of it. Like, yes, I may not have, my name may not be on a banner and I may not have played as much as I would have liked to, but it really shows like if you're put in the right spots just because you work super hard, you can get what you want and achieve what you want, your dreams and your goals. And with all the resources, if you go after what you want and you play your cards right, you'll definitely come out better on the end, regardless of what you do. I think a lot of people, they don't use their resources and opportunities that they get, or they're scared of like what people really think of them. And like at the end of the day, like who cares what people think of you, because they're not paying your bills and they're not doing anything. They're sitting on your couch laughing at you or doing something stupid. And so if you can take what you have and make the most of it, I think that's just the best. And I think I'm a great example of someone who came in wanting to go to med school, and then I come out and I have 3 businesses that I'm working on, what I'm doing, and my life is set up for the rest of my life.